Hey, welcome to Bahasa Little Project, and this is your level 1 lesson 8. Om Swastiastu, and welcome back to your Bahasa Bali lesson. And this is your lesson number 8. So if you have been following us since our first lesson and if you have been practicing your Bahasa Bali, I believe now you are quite comfortable uh, when you are using your Bahasa Bali. Let's say when you are greeting somebody or when you are just having a simple conversation while you are vacationing in Bali, let's say. Okay? So if you are ready, now we will learn more. Previously, we have learned about past tense and present tense. And now let's learn about future tense. Okay? Because those are basically the three blocks, the three important building blocks of your language: present tense, past tense, and future tense, right? In any language. Because when you are speaking, you usually talk about your past or what you are doing currently, present, right? Or what you are going to do in the future. And now we will again talk about tenses, specifically the future tense. Okay, so let's get started. This is actually something that you have learned in our previous lessons, especially how to say will. Okay, because obviously, as in English, the most important word that you need in future tense is will. I will eat, I will sleep, I will go, I will whatever, right? It is also the same in Bahasa Bali. So if you want to say will in Bahasa Bali, it is ker. Okay, you have learned about this. So let's say I will learn, it would be tiang ke, tiang ker melajah. Okay, not kel, but ker. Okay, so remember to pronounce the R clearly. So one more time. I will learn tiang ker melajah. What about I will learn Balinese language or I will learn Bahasa Bali? It would be tiang ker melajah Bahasa Bali bin Mani. Okay? I hope that you still remember your vocabulary because we have learned all of them in our previous lessons. We have learned about bin mani, adverb of time for the future, subject pronouns, and everything else. So if you forget about that maybe, or if you have a fuzzy memory about those words, go back, relearn, and make sure that you mastered all that we have learned so far. And if you have, now we will learn two more options that you can use to say will in Bahasa Bali. As I mentioned, you already know the word ker, which means basically will, right? So, I will eat tiang ker makan. So, ker. But we have two more words that you can use to replace ker. Number one is lakar. Okay, repeat after me. Lakar. Lakar. And number two is jagi. Jagi. So these three words mean the same thing. Ker, lakar, and jagi mean the same thing, which is will. Ker and lakar is the two words are the same in the same politeness level. So ker and lakar are both polite, but jagi is very polite. So that is the differentiation between the three words. Ker and lakar are in the polite versions, but jagi is in the very polite version. Okay, so you want to be careful with that. So just know what to use and when to use it. So if you want to sound very polite, then use jagi. But if you want to sound just polite, then use ker or lakar. Now, examples. So, for example, if you want to say again using our previous samples that we have used so far, I will eat. You can say it in polite form by saying tiang ker makan or tiang lakar makan. That would be polite and that would be perfectly fine if you say it to your friend. But if you want to be even more polite, you can change the ker or lakar to jagi. So instead of saying tiang ker makan or tiang lakar makan, you can say tiang jagi makan. Ragane jagi melajah. Ragane jagi minum. You will drink, right? Ragane jagi melaja, you will learn. Okay, so there you go. Try to practice and combine the words that you have learned so far and try to use the three version of will that you have learned just now. Ker, lakar, and jagi. If you use that, you will be able to really create quite complex sentence. If you combine your knowledge of past tense, present tense, and future tense in Bahasa Bali, you perhaps already can tell a short and simple story. Okay, so go ahead, practice that. And if you are ready, we will continue to our next session. Okay, so if you have mastered that, now we will learn more vocabulary. Okay? So we will learn how to say ne or a. Okay, so ne or a are endings that is used to say the in English. Okay, so let me give you an example. So the book, right? The book in Bahasa Bali is buku ne. So book in Bahasa Bali is buku. Okay, buku. Buku. So if you want to put the in front of book, you need to put ne after the noun. Okay, so this is something different. In English, we put the before the noun, right? But in Bahasa Bali, we put the after the noun. And we have two versions of the in Bahasa Bali. We have ne and a, as you can see in the video. If you are listening to this lesson on Spotify, you maybe want to check the YouTube channel so you can see the spelling. Okay, one more time. If you want to say the in Bahasa Bali, you have two options. Adding ne or adding a at the end of the noun. So now the question is, of course, when to use ne and when to use a. Okay, so listen carefully. You should use ne, okay, when the noun is ended with a vowel. Okay, again, use ne ending when the noun is ended with a vowel. But if the noun is ended with a consonant, then use a instead. Okay, ne is for vowel and a is for consonant. So going back into our previous sample, the book. Okay, book in Bahasa Bali is buku. Buku is spelled B-U-K-U. So obviously the noun is ended with a vowel. So therefore we need to put ne, right? So the book is bukune. Okay, bukune. Number two, computer. Computer in Bahasa Bali is komputer. Komputer, as you can maybe heard already, komputer is ended with a consonant R. So if you want to say the computer or the computer in Bahasa Bali, you need to add a ending. So komputere. Remember, this is also the Karangasem accent, my dialect, my accent. Some other part of Bali may have different way of saying the, but if you use this, you will be perfectly understood by everyone. So don't worry, you can just stick with this, okay? So again, computer is ended with by a consonant. So if you want to say the computer, you need to put a, computere. Number three, water. Water in Bahasa Bali is yeah, yeah. You maybe can heard that sound at the end. So H, right? So yeah is ended with a consonant H. So if you want to say the water, it would be ended with A. So it becomes yehe, yehe, yehe. Can you please bring the water? Yehe, mai abe, yehe. So ngabe, you have learned this word, bring. Ngabe yehe, bring the water. Okay. Next is the room. Room in Bahasa Bali is kamar. Kamar. Okay, as you can heard already again, kamar is ended with the consonant R, right? So if you want to say the room, you need to put the ending A. So it becomes kamare. Kamare. And the next we have is makanan. Okay, makanan. Okay, let me just correct the typo here. Yeah, it is now corrected. So makanan is ended with the consonant N. So if you want to say the food, it would be makanane. Okay, and the last one is the price. The price or price in Bahasa Bali is harga. Harga is ended with a vowel A. Okay, because it is ended with a vowel A, then you need to put ne if you want to say the. So the price is harga ne. Okay, so remember that it is kind of complicated maybe at first trial. So listen back, review again and again until you got it. Okay, so again, if you want to say the in Bahasa Bali, you have two options. You can put ne or a as the ending. Okay, if the noun is ended with a vowel, then you put ne. But if the noun is ended with a consonant, then you put a as the ending. Okay. So again, the book is bukune, the computer is komputere, the water is yehe, the food is makanane, and the last one, the price is hargane. Okay, practice that. If you have, then we will move on. Okay, now I will give you 3 sample sentences so that you can create and form your future tenses as well as using the thing that we have just learned, which is the. Okay, I'm confused. I was trying to find a different way of explaining it, but yeah, there you go. Okay, so number 1 is permisi, napike ragane keur ngabebukune bin mani. Again, permisi, napike ragane keur ngabebukune bin mani. As you can heard already there, that is the accent. Permisi, napike ragane keur ngabebukune bin mani. You can try to copy my accent if you want to sound even more Balinese. Okay? But okay, let's now analyze the sentence. Permisi is, of course, excuse me. You have learned this in previous lessons. So excuse me, napike. Remember napike, the question word, you can translate it into did, do, does, will, depending on the tenses, depending on the adverb of time. Because this is bin mani, right? Because this is in the future, so it will become will, right? Excuse me, will you bring the book tomorrow? Bukune. You remember that? We have just done it a couple minutes ago. Bukune, the book. Permisi, napike ragane keur ngabu bukune bin mani? Excuse me, will you bring the book tomorrow? Very simple, right? Number 2 is ampura, tiang sing keur meuli komputere minggu depan. Ampura, tiang sing keur meuli komputere minggu depan. Ampura is of course sorry, right? Sorry, I will not buy the computer, komputere, the computer next week, minggu depan. Sorry, tiang sing, I will not, singker, right? I will not, that's the future form. I will not buy the computer next week. Sorry, I will not buy the computer next week. Ampura, tiang sing keur meuli komputere minggu depan. So make sure that you really understand the singker, which be the negative form of the future tense, and also the komputere, the computer. The last one is tiang jagi nyinga kamare bin mani. Tiang jagi nyinga kamare bin mani. Make sure that you pay attention to jagi here, the very polite form of will. So this is very polite sentence. So tiang jagi, I will, nyingak, see, right? I will see kamare, the room, bin mani. I will see the room tomorrow, right? I will see the room tomorrow. Tiang jagi nyingak kamare bin mani. Now we give you here a bonus lesson, benjang. Benjang is basically, it has the same meaning with bin mani, tomorrow, but benjang is the very polite version. So bin mani is the polite version of tomorrow, but if you want to use the very polite version of tomorrow, it would be benjang. Okay? The two words mean the same thing, but again, benjang is more polite. Tiang jagi ninga kamare benjang. I will see the room tomorrow. Okay, so practice that and make your own sentences. And I believe, again, I have mentioned this before, if you really practice, you can already tell a short, simple story in Bahasa Bali. Okay, the last part of this lesson is test yourself. So we will give you, as always, 3 sentences and try your best to translate this into English. Number one is, will we buy the computer with a friend at school next week? One more time. Will we buy the computer with a friend at school next week? So translate that into Bahasa Bali. We have learned all the words that you need, all the grammar that you need in our previous lessons. Number two, she will not drink the water tomorrow. Again, she will not drink the water tomorrow. She will not drink the water tomorrow. Okay, translate that. Number three is, they will watch the actor with a teacher next month. They will watch the actor with a teacher next month. Okay, so answer those questions and write down your answer in the comment box on our YouTube channel. So we will be able to have a look and give you correction if you are making any mistake. Okay, so there you go. I hope that you are enjoying this lesson. Remember, you can email us at xspacebali@gmail.com if you want to buy lesson notes, books, or if you want private lessons with us. You can also support us by donating any amount to paypal.me/xspacebali. You can also follow us on Instagram or Facebook at Bahasa Little Project for additional lessons. Okay, so yeah, happy practicing and see you next time.